Yeah, let's talk about the Jets, Jets. They fired the coach. What do you think, Lee?
I wasn't surprised. Uh, First of all, Robert Saleh qualified for that job. He did a great job as defensive coordinator of San Francisco. And he became a head coach, and the first thing he did was fix the New York Jets defense, which they desperately needed. But the other side of the football, they never solved the problems. And that's why he is gone. 20 and 36 over the group of years there. They never configured how to run an NFL offense. They had Sam Darnold at quarterback. That did not work. They drafted Zach Wilson, Brigham Young. That did not work. They invested in Aaron Rodgers, and it became a big distraction. And he's there, and Robert Saleh is gone as head coach. Now, it's not the only firing. There should be more to come. They just today demoted Nathan Hackett, stripped him of his play calling. He should have been fired too, because it looks as if he totally lost the locker room there, like he lost the locker room while he was the one-year head coach of the Denver Broncos. I felt bad for Saleh. He'll get a job next year. He'll be in somebody's defensive coordinator next season. It's going to be interesting to see what they do now to rally this thing, because they've just been very inconsistent. Who would think a team with Aaron Rodgers as the trigger man would be 27th in the National Football League on offense, 29th on scoring offense? They're just a mess right now. And the fact that that head coach came on with great credentials and then could not figure out how to solve the problems on the other side of the line of scrimmage, that to me is just absolutely stunning. And where do they go? Well, I think there'll be more firings. I think the general manager, Joe Douglas, is going to lose his job at the end of the season. Then what does that owner, Woody Johnson, do? Because he's been very vocal about his dedication to fix New York Jet football, but New York Jet football hasn't been very good very recently. So I wasn't stunned, disappointed for the head coach, because I thought he came in with good credentials, and I thought there was an initial, immediate, responsive success, and the whole thing got away from him. John?
It just goes to show you how hard it is to be a coach in the league. I mean, obviously he's a defensive specialist. He had great success on the defensive side of the ball, but the dude knows offense. He knows how to scheme against it. He knows how to put together a playbook, but sometimes it just doesn't work, and so it makes you wonder, what are the qualities in a head coach that makes those special ones really special? Because it's not just X and O's. It's not even just necessarily being a leader of men. It seems like there's a lot of other intangibles that make a coach successful.
I had first experience with this with the Chargers. As the voice of the Chargers, I sat there after they ran off Bobby Ross. They hired Kevin Gilbride. Tremendous success as an offensive coordinator with the New York Giants, etc. Came in, was a disaster. And then recently, after they ran off Schottenheimer, here where I was, and I thought the hire of Mike McCoy made a lot of sense, because he was the hottest coordinator on the open market that year he hired. He was in over his head. So there's some intangibles that you alluded to correctly. You have to be able to check off the box, and some guys make it and some guys don't. Why do those guys fail? And Mike Tomlin, who had no advance notice of being anything brilliant, has 17 straight unbeaten seasons with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Going to be fascinating to see where the Jets go to try to pick up the pieces. But I do think, in all honesty, John, there's more changes coming there. Okay, that's the Jets. From that,